I don't know if you've been keeping up with this story of Abbie Chatfield's boyfriend getting deported from America mid-tour, or denied entry, rather. Quick backstory, Abbie Chatfield. I've met her. She was lovely. I did a dating show that she hosted. She was nice. Didn't have very much interaction with her, but she was nice enough. I don't know why she's always crying on Instagram Reels. I wouldn't post that, to be honest. But other than that, I kind of have no strong opinions about her. But it does bewilder me to see how often I log onto Instagram and it's just her face way too close to the camera crying about mean internet comments, and then the next video is just her telling someone else to kill themselves or getting sued for calling someone a Nazi. You know, it's like, all right, well, we're gonna have to, maybe none of these videos should be posted. But anyway, her boyfriend is a guy called Kelly Holiday. He's a musician who became very successful after he started dating her, and they started posting each other. He did a tour of America, and he did a couple shows, and then he left America, went to Canada, did a couple shows there, and then he went back from Canada into the United States to finish his run of shows. So in America, out of America, back to into America. At the border between Canada and America, I think he was on his way to his New York show maybe, he was denied entry at the border and had to cancel all of his shows. And that hit the news. He apologized and, had to say, sorry guys, your tickets are refunded. I don't know what's going on. And I saw that. I thought, oh man, that's terrible. He must have some sort of, maybe he has like a criminal record or a drug conviction in Australia. Maybe he was caught with coke or something. That's what I thought. Not uncommon if you have like a minor assault charge or a theft charge or a drug, charge, you might get denied at the border, right? That's pretty common, especially amongst musicians. So I thought, oh, it must be something minor like that. Then, a few hours later, all of these clips of his girlfriend celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk and essentially calling for the murder of the president as a joke, wasn't a joke, come out. And she has since apologized for them and said, I never should have posted that. It was wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'm growing as a person, all this kind of stuff. And it becomes apparent that, it looks like actually he's been denied entry at the border because he's in a relationship with someone who was called for the murder of the president. Yikes, brother. He'll never get back in. That's crazy. And recently, actually, the person in charge of the border control or whatever, the immigration official or the spokesperson of America named him, said, yeah, Adam Hyde was denied entry due to safety concerns, and said that entry into the States is a privilege, not a right. Even if you have a visa, if you're not a citizen, you don't get to, that's the thing. It's like American freedom of speech is for Americans. Immigrants, they don't have that. That's for citizens. I feel like a lot of that's why it's so fucking crazy. It was so crazy to see all these people reacting to Charlie Kirk with glee and joy and celebration, and then being like, oh, I would love to visit New York. Hey, you're never going there. You blew it. It's so crazy to see people just fucking ruining their lives like that, and they don't even know because they just think that social media is fake or it's not real or there's no consequences, or they think that the same freedoms that are afforded to Americans will apply to immigrants. Of course they won't. No country does that. There's not a single country on earth where immigrants have more rights than citizens, except for most of Europe, the UK, London specifically. Okay, maybe a lot of, okay, but you know what I mean? I just think, dude, that's so crazy. Could you imagine? How's that conversation going to go down at home? Because he wasn't even in those videos. She just made him. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, this is crazy. He didn't say it. It's like, I'm sorry, but if you're in a relationship with someone who's calling for the death of politicians, yeah, you don't get to go to that country. Of course. Why? So he can play to fucking 150 people in a New York dive bar and do coke off an attendee's chest? America doesn't need that. You know, like, if you're America, it's like, okay, pro, this Kelly Holiday guy gets to do his dance at a show. Con, he might kill the president. Yeah, we're going to go with you're not allowed in. That's obvious. But what's sad about that is you know, no matter what happens with this relationship, he's never going back there. He'll never get let in. You don't get denied entry for like essentially a terror threat and get to come back in. That doesn't happen. If that's on your file, it's like, yeah, no way. You're not coming back in. I'm sorry. So that's just completely fucked his career prospects of making it anywhere beyond Australia. It's like, all right, I hope you enjoy doing Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, and Adelaide forever. That's it. And now she'll never get to go to America even as a holiday. Just never again. And that's deserved, I guess. It's like, yeah, you absolutely can't celebrate murder and then encourage people to do it to politicians and then be like, oh, but can I come in and can I get a bagel from New York? No, you don't get to. It's so funny. Well, it's not funny. It sucks. It's like stupid. But anyway, actions have consequences, maybe. If you go around calling people slurs, you might get punched in the face. If you call for the death of the president, you probably can't come in. That's just a very funny thing too, is like, is often all these people who are like saying this horrific shit and stupid shit are like, oh, but I still want to go there. It's like, you can't have both. All right? I support my president. I love my president. Every decision he makes is the best decision. I agree with it wholeheartedly. I love the president of the United States, no matter who he or she may be. I love my president. I love the last one. I love the current one. I love every single president. And if I was there, I would have jumped in front of the bullet before it hit Abraham Lincoln. I love my presidents. And I love Israel. That's what I think. That's my thoughts on American politics. I love every politician and all their ideas. And I love... okay, that's it.